So today I am stopping by to have a conversation with you, basically about a thought that's been on my mind for a while now. And the more I work with entrepreneurs or small business owners, the more I realize just how true this thought actually is. And that thought is that a business built on trust will outlast a business that's only built on attention. And while this is the case, so many entrepreneurs and small business owners, people who are doing their side gigs, are being trained over and over and over and over again, consciously and unconsciously, to build for attention first and hope that trust comes later. That is so reverse. And that foundation is actually a unsteady and shaky foundation. And so today I want to talk about that because that's where a lot of exhaustion really comes from. I am the coach that preaches alignment. I am the coach that teaches hustle culture ain't it. I am the coach that teaches that we have to align our values with the organizations that we want to serve and not try to serve everyone. So I'm not going to be the coach that teaches you how to hustle every day, how to grind every day, how to try to create a product that's for any and everyone to grab. No, because that's where frustration really comes from. I'm the coach that's going to teach you how to build your client avatar. And that simply means how to build a client that you want to serve so that you could target specifically that client. Now, the reason I want to talk about that is because when we are trying to serve everyone, when we have products that we are generically trying to serve everyone, we get exhausted. We get exhausted, we get tired. We start to question ourselves about whether our purpose is what it is and if what we're doing is what we're truly called to. That frustration starts to cause us to question ourselves. It causes us to have challenges with our self-worth and our self-value. And that's a big issue because the foundation of what you've been called to serve really starts with who you are. And then who is it that you're called to serve? If you're trying to serve everyone, you're setting yourself up for frustration and failure. Now, don't get me wrong, because attention is necessary. Visibility is necessary. Visibility is not the enemy. Attention is not a bad thing. But attention without trust is very fragile. Attention without trust is loud. It is very unstable. It requires that constant feeding. That's why people are on social media all day, every day, multiple posting, sharing every single thing that they're doing. It's because they're constantly proving. They are constantly showing up, even when they're tired, even when they're trying to figure things out. They don't want to step away from social media because of a fear of missing out. But trust, on the other hand, it builds very quietly. You don't have to chase once it is established. Once you've worked with your client and you have given proven results and they see the value of the work that you do, that client is on lock. You don't have to keep proving. And that's the difference between relationship building businesses and people who just want to serve everyone. And so once that trust is established, it literally speaks for you when you are not in the room. And honestly, I've had this happen to me many times. I've had people reach out to me and say, we heard that you're the person for this. We heard that you're the best customer service trainer. We heard that you are. As a matter of fact, in my last corporate job, I got that job because my reputation entered the room before I even did. A headhunter reached out to me on 3 separate occasions to say that particular business was interested in interviewing me. And it was because my foundation was set, and being set apart as the expert in my industry spoke more for me than any chasing that I could have actually done. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs are struggling, and they're struggling because they're trying to keep up with a pace. Like someone else is setting the pace. No, when you're in business, you set your pace. When you are in business and you have your blueprint that you are executing, you are against you every day. You are against the goals that you said that you will accomplish today, that to do the things that are on your to-do list. See, serious business people aren't just randomly getting up and working. They're working a very calculated to-do list. Okay. But a lot of entrepreneurs are wasting time posting, are wasting time promoting, are wasting time pivoting when this doesn't work and pushing, and then they're wondering why they're shaky. They're out here talking things about, their haters. They're out here talking things about, why they should be the obvious choice. Your words shouldn't speak for you. Your actions should speak for you. And so we we want attention, but I want you to know that attention can open a door, but attention can't keep the door open. Trust keeps that door open. Now, I remember a season in my work where I was doing everything that was recommended to me. When I first started thinking about becoming an entrepreneur and building my side business, I had coaches telling me that I need to be visible, I needed to be online, I needed to be showing up in rooms, I need to take every speaking engagement. When I was invited, I need to say yes to this and yes to that. And quite frankly, that work was exhausting. And in reality, the work that actually sustains me financially and professionally did not come from any loud moment. It came from the quiet ones. And when I used to work at another organization doing training for them as a hired trainer when they offered their courses, what I recognized was the smaller the classroom, the more business I got from it. I never discount having a classroom with 5 people, because over the span of my career, a classroom with 5 people has resulted in me getting so many more business opportunities because of the 5 people in that room going back and saying what a tremendous life altering experience. The reputation in that room with 5 gave me access to what I could not reach without it. The larger rooms did not give me the same impact. And so that made me realize that a lot of success comes quietly. And I know that people like to see what you're doing visually. They want to be all up in your life. They want you to be posting every single day. They want you to be posting. They want to know you. They want to feel like they know you. But I want you to know that showing up here is good. However, how we show up for our clients is better. And how we show up for our clients, the work that we do, the results that we bring will open doors that this right here, visibility, cannot do. And so what I came to realize is that my success came as a result of honoring my word when it would have been easy to walk away from a situation where I was under pressure, but I acted with integrity and kept my ego in check. There's a strong, like the leader who is humble but strong is respected. The leader with ego is going to get a lot of resentment. And so I learned the power of humility instead of ego. I learned the importance of building trust. I learned the importance of being strategic and aligning myself properly and not saying yes to every opportunity. And looking back over my career, I can tell you that those moments mattered more than any posting, any live, any promotion, any Facebook ad ever could. So while they are important and they have their place, I want you to understand that your brand isn't just the message that you bring to social media. Your brand is your behavior. It's how you respond when things don't go your way. It's how you speak about people who are not present. It's how you treat clients when the work gets uncomfortable or they get demanding or they ask more about you. Like, people are watching, not in a critical way, mind you, but in a discerning way. And they're asking themselves if it is safe to do business with you. A business built on attention often asks this question: how do I get more eyes on me? But a business built on trust asks the question, what or how do I become known for delivering? How do I become known for delivering? And those are two very distinct and different questions and lead to different habits. For me, the choice is simple. I want to become known for the person that delivers, not the person that's being seen. So when you build for attention, you have pressure. But when you build for trust, you focus more on consistency. And that's what I tell my clients. You don't have to have everything all figured out, but you do have to be consistent. You don't have all the pots, you don't need to have all the pots and pans and appliances if you're going to open a restaurant, but you do have to have consistency with the food that you serve, and you build as you go. So when you build for attention, you measure success like by likes and by reach and who's watching, and you're checking social media to see how many likes. That's a distraction, sis. When you build for trust, you are measuring things like how many referrals did I get? How many testimonies did I get? How many repeat clients did I get? Conversations that start with, I was told that you're the person that I should call for this. My team wanted us to have a customer service training, and I'm told that you're the best person to deliver that. That is how you should be measuring your success. And many entrepreneurs have not been taught how to make this shift. They are told what to post. They're often told to get somebody, a whole social media marketing person to do their posting, pay that person, how to sell it, but they are rarely taught how to build credibility over time. Slow growth is the best growth because slow growth is strong growth. And so I'm here today to remind you that integrity scales even when visibility fluctuates. Man, that there is powerful itself. Integrity scales even when visibility fluctuates. So trust requires a few things though. So you have to be so grounded in who you are and so grounded in your values that when you don't see the results as quickly as you would like to, you're not shaken. Because trust requires patience. It requires resistance. It requires restraint. It requires being willing to do good work even when you don't immediately get applause. That means that you're learning to be your own cheerleader. It requires us to let go of the idea that every moment must be monetized or optimized. So there are some times when building substance means that we're not in the spotlight, and we have to be okay with that. Now, there are some things that have to happen in order for you to shift to this method, though. If you expect immediate results from every effort that you have, you are going to burn out. But if you expect that trust is something that's going to be built overnight, you're also going to get discouraged. Trust is cumulative. It builds through patterns, through repeated experience, through showing up consistently with consistency, even when circumstances change. And that's why referrals matter so much to me. Referrals are not just marketing tools. To me, when I'm referred to someone or when someone calls and said, you were referred to me, that's evidence that I'm trusted as an expert in my industry at what I do. When somebody puts their name next to yours to say, hey, reach out to this person, they're going to deliver, they're staking their own credibility on your character and competence. Now, tell me that's not worth more than one like that could not even convert. So I want entrepreneurs to understand that you don't have to abandon visibility to build trust. You have to stop prioritizing attention over alignment. Let your content reflect your values. I see people who are entrepreneurs coming out here posting the silliest videos just for likes, just to get people to their page. And that's not bringing you credibility. That's if you're posting slander, if you're posting frivolous things, people may come to you for jokes, for laugh, but they're not coming to you for credibility. Let your work speak before you do. Your reputation can grow organically based on how you treat people and on how you deliver your results. So, as an entrepreneur, if you are just tired of chasing visibility, if you are tired of having to be switched on all the time, know that there's another way that you can build. You can build a business that is steady instead of frantic. You could build something that grows through relationships instead of pressure. You can build on trust, and that foundation is going to carry you further than any attention ever could. I run retreats every year, and it's through referrals or people sharing their testimonies of what they experience in those treats that also pique the interest of others. Yes, I do share some of those things visibly on my social media platforms, but referrals, word of mouth, and testimonies are a key component of building that retreat business, building my corporate training build business as well. And so, if you want to deepen your business, deepen the relationships, deepen yourself as an individual, evolve, build trust. Don't try to just do what is trending. Trends change, platforms shift, seasons evolve. Consistency and steadiness is what our clients are looking for. And so, if this message resonated with you at all, sit with it. Listen to it one, two, three, four, five, as many times as you need. And ask yourself, what are you building for? Are you building for attention or are you building for trust? Are you performing or are you positioning? Because short term validation causes crashes. And so, are you building for short term validation or are you building for long term credibility? Because your answers will tell you where you need to shift. And so, thank you so much for spending the last few minutes with me. If this conversation was helpful to you, I invite you to like it, to share it, and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to my channel. And not just for numbers, but so that these conversations can reach people who truly need them. We do not have to build loudly to build well. We just have to build wisely. Take care.